Political standoff in Ghana's parliament poses economic risks amid majority claims by NDC and NPP. We'll bring you details on that.
Tax bill that is sitting in parliament, the tax bill is to enhance revenue. And so if, it delays in getting approval as a result of the parliament suspension, it will affect revenue.
Many thanks for choosing us this hour. Let's settle for the details of our stories. The National Executive Committee of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has directed its members to suspend the ongoing strike by October 29. This decision follows several weeks of industrial action by UTAG members across various public universities, which has significantly disrupted academic activities nationwide. UTAG initiated the strike on October 10, 2024 in protest against the government's perceived inaction regarding illegal mining, which has severely affected many river bodies and forest reserves. In a statement, the leadership urged UTAG members to return to the classroom. Portions of the statement read, "Our strike has significantly demonstrated our commitment to protecting and sustaining the environment for present and future generations. We have earned the admiration and confidence of the Ghanaian people in our dedication to standing up for the welfare of our country." In light of this, NEC, after thorough deliberations, has directed that the strike be suspended effective Tuesday, October 29, and is seeking members' affirmation or otherwise of this directive. Let's now go to the phone lines and speak to the president of UTAG, Professor Mamudu Akudugu, to provide further insights as to why they called off their strike. Prof, thanks for joining us on the ChannelOne Newsroom.
Thank you for having me, and good evening to you and to your viewers.
Thank you very much, Doc. Doc, I believe my first question is, what is the reason behind UTAG's decision to call off the strike?
Yes, the reason, as you read in our release, is trying to create a balance between fighting for the future of ourselves, our children unborn, and also training those who are supposed to come after us as leaders of this country. And so we have to balance the interests of our current students and then also the interests of the future. And so we decided that we'll get back to members to take their decision on whether we should do that balancing or to proceed with the fight for our environmental sustainability.
Right. Professor Akudugu, there are some critics who are suggesting that the strike was ended due to pressure from some of your members known as the silent majority. What will you say to this?
That is absolutely untrue, because as far as we are concerned, it is about the larger interest of the Ghanaian people and the UTAG members and also of our students that we have taken this decision, and nothing to do with any group.
Right, Prof.
Members.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with
the silent majority.
The silent majority have said.
Right. But, Prof, your association was not impressed with the government's recent measures in addressing illegal mining. Does this decision to call off the strike mean that you are impressed with what the government is doing recently?
We are, as I said, we are not very impressed with what is going on, because we know that the mining is still ongoing. The security that personnel that were deployed in the community. For the past few days, we've not heard about their activities. We are also aware that the airline that was supposed to be repealed in Parliament, as we talk, has not been tabled because of the indefinite adjournment of Parliament, because of what we all know has happened there. And so, of course, we are not very happy with the situation, but we also of the opinion that we need to balance that with the interest of our students going forward. And so that's why we believe that members should decide whether that balancing is something that we should consider, or we should continue to insist that we get the exact demands that we make before we suspend the strike.
Right. Thank you very much, Professor Mamudu Akudugu, for speaking to us. You heard the UTAG president on the reason behind their decision to call off the strike. But let's turn our attention now to some crime stories. The two individuals standing trial for the murder of a 10-year-old boy in Kasoa have been found guilty of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The crime occurred in 2021 and the case has been ongoing for the past 3 years. ChannelOne News' Hansen Ajuman reports.
After 3 years of legal proceedings, the High Court has finally delivered its verdict. The second accused, Nicholas Kinney, who was 18 years old at the time of the incident, has been sentenced to life imprisonment. The first accused, who was just 15 years old when the crime was committed, has been sent to juvenile court for sentencing, as the High Court lacks the authority to impose a sentence on a minor. Testimony revealed that the first accused admitted during interrogation that the idea to kill the deceased originated from a video of a spiritualist who promised wealth in exchange for a 5,000 cedis payment. He confessed to contacting Nicholas Kinney, who suggested they reach out to the fetish priest. The priest reportedly demanded the 5,000 cedis along with human blood, leading to the plan to kidnap the boy for ransom. The deceased was lured to an uncompleted building under the pretense of receiving a game. He was brutally attacked with a stick and later with cement blocks when he pleaded for mercy. The boy was ultimately buried alive, with the pathologist confirming death due to asphyxiation. The prosecution presented its first witness in March 2023, ultimately calling 7 witnesses, including the father of the deceased, family members of the accused, and 3 police officers, including the detective who handled the case. During closing arguments, the state urged the jury to find both defendants guilty, emphasizing the evidence against them. The defense counsel requested acquittal. Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo, in her instructions to the jury, urged them to consider the conscience of the nation. After deliberations, the jury returned a guilty verdict. The family of the deceased spoke to the media following the verdict.
Family is satisfied, even though we've lost our son. This should serve as a deterrent to any other person who wants to take the law into his or her own hands. It doesn't bring any closure, but at least whatever has happened, and we know certainly that we have to find a way to pay off those debts.
Even before jury deliberations, the judge took the opportunity to comment on the issue of parental negligence, which sometimes may lead to situations like this. She asked the jury to be the conscience of the nation, and rightfully, the jury returned with a guilty verdict. One of the accused, who who was 18 years at the time of the offense, was sentenced to life in prison. The other, who was 15, has been remitted to the juvenile court for sentencing. Reporting for ChannelOne News, Hansen Ajiman.
Still on crime, the police have arrested Fatal Ibrahim, also known as Fatal Mutoe, in connection with the violent clashes between supporters of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress in Mamubi in Accra on October 13, 2024. Ibrahim was caught on video brandishing a firearm during the altercation, which left 2 individuals allegedly shot and injured. A statement from the police confirmed the arrest, saying suspect Fatal Ibrahim was captured in video footage with a gun during the disturbances in which 2 people were allegedly shot and injured. He's currently in police custody and will be put before the court in due course. You're still watching the ChannelOne Newsroom on ChannelOne TV. Still to come. NDC MPs file motion to revoke mining permissions in forest reserves. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. 3 members of parliament from the NDC caucus, Al-Hassan Suhini of Tamale North, Samuel Okujo Tuablakwa of North Tong, and Francis Xavier Sosu of Medina have filed a private member's motion aimed at revoking the legislative instrument LI 2462, which currently permits mining in forest reserves. This motion seeks to repeal Section 3.2 of the Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves Regulations 2022, effectively stripping the president of the authority to issue mining leases for exploration in these protected areas. They stated, as legislators, our obligation is to ensure a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is paramount. Indeed, Article 41K of the 1992 Constitution states the existence and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations. Accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to protect and safeguard the environment. The duty to ensure the right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is even greater for us as lawmakers, since we have the privilege of participating in the governance of the state, acting as a check on the executive and being responsible for approving budgets and formulating laws and policies that affect the environment, climate, public health, and ecosystems. We're now joined on the phone by the Member of Parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Sosu, one of the MPs who filed this motion, to give us further details. Thanks for joining us, Honourable.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
All right. Tell us, why did you decide to file a private member's motion to revoke LI 2464, despite the government's assurances of steps to repeal it?
Well, I mean, government has actually expressed expressed intentions several times and yet did not carry through those intentions. We don't trust that government will do what it says it's going to do. And so it's important that whilst we basically wait for government to do what it wants to do, we also take steps to achieve the same end. At the end of the day, if government bill get introduced into the House, we can always abandon this one. But we don't want to risk it because the matter of galamsey mining in forests are matters of urgent public interest, and it's so important that both sides of the House will show interest in dealing with the menace. So that is what will be my immediate reaction. Besides that, you will recall that when Speaker on Thursday gave that announcement about the 4 vacancies in Parliament, the now minority expressed a position that they were going to boycott Parliament. If that were to be the case, it means that they won't be available to even prosecute government business. And if that happens, then in order to continue doing the work of the House, that would be of importance or benefit to the nation. Bills like this could be considered. So these are some of the considerations that went into introducing this private members bill.
Right, Honorable, but what would you say to people who say that you failed to oppose the approval of the LI the first time when it was laid in Parliament? And isn't this a face-saving gesture?
Not at all. You know, the processes by which LIs are normally introduced into the House and annulling same are a bit cumbersome. I mean, once the LI gets laid on the floor, you would need about 2/3 majority to actually annul the LI or to defeat the passage of the LI, and that is not practical once it gets introduced into the House. And so that is the practicality around it. And besides, you know, sometimes when laws get introduced, some laws could get introduced either through inadvertence or however you may look at it. But the effect of the law is what makes you reconsider that position. Nobody knew that the devastation to our forest was going to be this drastic and this gargantuan, and this is going to affect a number of our water bodies in the manner that we are seeing now. So it is just right that when things are wrong, or at least when the effects of laws are seen, we can take immediate steps to remedy the situation. And I think that is what we are doing, and that is what I believe is responsible leadership.
Honorable Susu, how confident are you that the President will assent to the bill, considering his stance on private member bills?
Well, I think that, given the fact that he has himself expressed interest in taking steps in this direction, one. Secondly, as part of his pact with organized labor, he undertook to really take urgent steps to revoke the LI. So if the LI get revoked, it would be strange for him to turn around to say, I'm not going to sign it. Then it would mean that he basically stamped everyone, and he basically has not shown any commitment at all to fighting this galamsey. So I believe that, this is one of those things that do not require partisan considerations, as it has happened in other bills. In my respectful view, this is a matter of urgent public interest, and once it goes through, I am hoping that he will pass. He will assent to this bill. And you know that at least one of the bills that are introduced, which is the armed forces, no, not the armed forces, it was the criminal offense amendment that abolished the penalty under the Act 29, right, was assented to by the president. So at least we have one precedent of him assenting to at least one of the prime members bills passed. And so I am confident that once this gets through, he will treat this as a matter of major public interest and assent to see it.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. You heard Francis Xavier Susu, MP for Medina. Let's move on to some other stories now. Some residents of the Agona West constituency have expressed concerns over the incumbent MP's decision to run as an independent candidate in the 2024 elections, despite facing strong opposition. The constituents have vowed to vote against her in order to prevent the seat from being lost to the NDC. Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete reports.
The Agona West constituency in recent times has been in the news for many reasons. One being the intention of the Member of Parliament, the sitting Member of Parliament, the Honourable Cynthia Mamle Morrison, to stand as an independent candidate in the 2024 elections. This was after she lost the primaries to Chris Atta of the same political party. The Member of Parliament is saying that she will still stand by her decision to go as an independent candidate. Earlier yesterday, after she went to Parliament, there were indications that she has crossed carpet to the MPP again. But she denies these allegations and says she is embarking on a campaign.
I was called by my leader. I went to his office, we had a nice conversation, we took pictures as usual. We do pictures all the time in Parliament. By the time I got to Odoko, people had started calling me that I have rescinded my decision and that I've gone for 60 million or 50 million. I'm like, what is happening? Nothing like that has happened. Nobody has given me any money, and I can say it on authority. You can call my leader and find out from him. I'm on my way to Nyakrom to do my campaign. Everything is under control. The only thing is I don't want you to drag the party leadership in because nobody had done such thing. So that is what I want you to do. It is not about the leadership. I think it's about, I don't know whether it's a journalist who just blew things out of proportion. Until I talk to my party leadership and tell them that my side of the story, I'm not going to go into details.
Some residents within the Agona West constituency also gave reasons why the MP should not contest again. Here is what they had to say.
It won't help at all because the party has helped the woman a lot. I don't see why she's doing so. So to me, my own behalf, Chris should go. It will help the party. And allow the woman to go. She will lose her business. Even the contest, look at her position. What about the general one? Even the internal one. What about the general one? So, if I were the executives, the general secretary and whatnot, I will allow her to go. Let she go and test her strength. Chris can do the work. Chris will continue the work. That she is screaming, she didn't finish. Chris will come and finish the work she's talking about.
This is what baby Nessa. This is what one with the candidate from the Moyamiasa. One of the last. Wow, into the channel will say, partner, baby. Into your bisu baby, I'll say, what dear chairman, baby. Till the consequence of a higher. Mr. Trust him, I'm sorry, from a card alarm. I got to my Bama creator, but to about me. I better baby. Yes, Christo Bass, I said, you may not be in a prayer. So I'm in a prayer, no question. So be some Muhammad in our Motias also a baby. So also baby, to a baby. That's why I guess when you why be. I will be some Motiaso. Send away no Motias and in the Abraboni acquainting.
The pay are okay. Sabe, wabedi 8 years. And at the time, also. Intika, Nepapama. And yes, I'll Ginabium. But on an drain at Chinese. Maybe I will be so now, and I drain say. Uncle. Now, say the panel person uncle. May my drain is open in Guasi.
Secretary to the campaign team of the incumbent Member of Parliament for Agona West believes the achievement of the MP in the constituency is unprecedented. Hence, going independent will offer the MP a better opportunity of winning the December 7 elections.
The decision to step down is no longer in the hands of our honorable Member of Parliament because even after the primaries, she went outside and we were on the ground working very hard to ensure that she contests as an independent candidate. And so, as you can see, we are very much resolute, we are very much relent in our effort to ensure that she's re-elected for the third time. So nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. We are going to campaign very hard based on her record and her achievement as a Member of Parliament. And I want to put on record that since we started practicing democracy here in Agona West, no MP has ever been able to achieve the feat that our honorable Member of Parliament in the person of Honorable Cynthia Mamle Morrison has been able to achieve. And so it is very easy selling her or campaigning that she should be retained as a Member of Parliament.
It still remains to be known whether the Agona West seat will go in favor of the NDC or go to the MPP. The recent issues in the constituency gives a platform to the NDC, according to some NDC supporters. On December 7, constituency in Agona West will decide. Carve Sete, Channel One News, Agona West.
This is still the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One TV. With me, Safo, still to come. Fierce competition in Asawase parliamentary race as NDC and NPP intensify campaigns. We'll be back with the details. Do stay.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on ChannelOne Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. ChannelOne TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now ChannelOne TV. You understand?
This is ChannelOne TV, telling your story, empowering change.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. The two major political parties, the opposition National Democratic Congress and the ruling New Patriotic Party, have intensified their campaigns in the highly contested Asawase parliamentary race. The competition is fierce between the incumbent Member of Parliament, Alhaji Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, NDC, and Manaf Ibrahim, NPP. Both candidates have extended their campaigns late into the night, with the NDC striving to retain a seat it has held for over 20 years, while the NPP is aiming to make history by capturing it. Channel One News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani explores the dynamics of the Asawase constituency.
The Asawase constituency is a well-known stronghold of the opposition National Democratic Congress. It has a densely populated voter base of over 100,000 people. Surrounded by strong New Patriotic Party constituencies like Menchia South, Menchia North, Subin, Oforikrom, Kwabri East, and Ejiso, Asawase stands out politically. In the following reports, we explore the cultural diversity, the voting patterns, and also provide some analysis. Join me on this journey. The Asawase constituency is situated in the Asakoremompo municipality, which was carved out of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly in 2012. It is predominantly Muslim, with many residents hailing from northern Ghana, while Akans make up the minority population. The area is densely populated, with most people engaged in the informal sector.
Because has in Bibia, Krubi, Suyeda, Saint Juma. But the Saint Juma Casancasa de Nasha Sifri Hasi. Bibia Mujane, Hana Nasha Sifri.
I didn't challenge this number.
You need challenges, Bibri. Embrebi Nana, Abayan to me, boy and Kakra. Ewe juma mnuna o mama yen aluminium waste o mo wona ewo valco ne hwan o mo de waste na ebre yen na yen so de aye juma but se de ye nya sa no mo bio de aka ne se yan ye nante peti de o mo be sasa wo fo mo ne o ma no mo de abre yen yen so ato ne de aye da sen ye challenges e wo mo nyina no ene e bia.
The constituency is home to one of the largest slums in the Ashanti region. Many of its youths work as head porters and scrap dealers, facing frequent harassment from police who accuse them of dealing in stolen scrap metal. Accommodation is a serious issue, with many sleeping in overcrowded wooden structures under poor conditions. One major activity the youth of the Asawase constituency love most is football, but they lack the facilities or infrastructure to exhibit these talents. This is one of the astroturfs being constructed, and work has stalled. There are 4 other stalled astroturf projects within the constituency, and this has been a concern for the youth here.
When we look at the football that we produce from this constituency, we can boast of the likes of Golden Boy Abdul Razak, we have Malam Yaya, we have Ibrahim Tonku, Ibrahim Sandi, the list goes on. And even currently, we can boast of 2 players from the current Black Stars. That's Halidou Seydou and then Salisu Mohammed. But I can tell you that the current MPP government, one area that they've done very well is the construction of astroturfs across the country. But Asawase constituency has not benefited from these facilities.
The Asawase constituency has 15 electoral areas and 215 polling stations. Voting patterns within these areas are largely divided, with Muslim-dominated areas typically aligning with the National Democratic Congress and Akan-dominated areas leaning towards the New Patriotic Party. In the 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections, the MPP set an ambitious target of winning all 47 seats in the Ashanti region, with Asawase being a key focus. The party fielded Alhaji Halidou Seydou, former municipal chief executive for the Asokore-Mompo Municipal Assembly, as its parliamentary candidate. According to data from the ChannelOne Research Department, in the 2016 presidential election, MPP's Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo received 39,363 votes, representing 53.95%, compared to NDC's John Dramani Mahama, who garnered 33,108 votes, 45.38%. In the parliamentary election, Alhaji Mutaka of the NDC secured 39,095 votes, 53.57%, while Alhaji Halidou Seydou of the MPP received 33,490 votes, representing 45.89%, with a difference of over 5,000 votes in favor of Mutaka. Despite some gains in the presidential race for the MPP, Asawase remained an NDC stronghold. In the 2020 elections, the MPP allowed Alhaji Halidou Seydou to run unopposed as their parliamentary candidate, which led to some apathy among party supporters. In the presidential election, NDC's John Dramani Mahama garnered 47,460 votes, representing 57.16%, while MPP's Nana Akufo-Addo polled 35,214 votes, 42.41%. In the parliamentary race, Alhaji Mutaka Mubarak increased his margin, winning 61,659 votes, 66.36%, compared to Alhaji Halidou Seydou's 31,256 votes, 33.64%. The difference in the 2020 parliamentary election exceeded 30,000 votes, with many attributing the MPP's poor performance to dissatisfaction within the party over the imposed candidacy. The MPP is fielding Manaf Ibrahim, a former director of political affairs at the presidency from 2017 to 2019, as its parliamentary candidate. Manaf, who is also a farmer, has held political positions and is regarded by many as a philanthropist and a youth leader with deep commitment to the Asawase constituency.
Honorable Manaf Ibrahim is putting the interests of the people ahead, and he's going to tackle all this inside one. So we believe that he's going to wrestle the seat. It's not just about facing Muntaka. It's about the constituents. The sovereignty lies in them, and they are going to cast their ballot wisely for Honorable Manaf to become the Member of Parliament.
However, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, insists that Manaf Ibrahim is not a viable option for the Asawase constituency.
Threat that the candidate of the MPP posed in 2020 was quite significant. In the end, the good works of the Member of Parliament, and by extension, the good works of the party, the NDC, made sure that that candidate was beaten resoundingly. In fact, the margin was close to 21,000. And we feel we are on course with the programs we have instituted and with the message we are selling to the constituents. We are on course to even widen this margin a bit further.
The NDC believes Muntaka Mubarak's record of service speaks for itself and that he should be given another opportunity to continue his work in the constituency. Conversely, the MPP argues that Asawase needs new leadership and fresh ideas and that Manaf Ibrahim is the right person to bring change to the constituency.
At least 20 years, he has done something. But we need to change and see the capabilities so that someday we can do comparison. Now he has nobody for us to compare it so that we say he has done well.
So apart from the candidates of the two major political parties who are seen as the dominant forces in the Asawase parliamentary elections, the smaller political parties are also presenting their candidates.
The people, the mandate is with the people. So it's all about your message. If the people understand your message, doesn't matter whoever you are going to contest with. But though I've admitted contesting Muntaka is not an easy task. But as for the youth and the way I'm being with them, I think I can win the elections.
Some of the political parties now say any panel and so see any benese say obi betua ba ese meche omumu entoma meche omu sika mechiche na mama omu ntino o ko ransa bi ni de ne se omote se wo ye wa stand MP na na se wo ye campaign mumma yeska but ya ma o mate asese ye nya o ma o ba na o ma be bribe se koto aba mame na 4 years time no wo to aba ne ma ne we ya no wa yera 4 years time no wa san ba no abema 100 cities 200 cities no ochentoma no ochemo wo sa to ma ne wi anasa enu nti na constituency nda so tse de etie na no development no but yama LPG yama o mate asese ye ba ye be ye adwuma.
Leaders from the traditional, religious and civil society sectors in Asawase have initiated dialogue within the political parties to ensure a peaceful election. The president of the Council of Zongo Chiefs in the Ashanti region, Naba Musa Akambonga, rejects claims that Asawase is a political hotspot, emphasizing that ongoing engagements are aimed at easing tensions.
I disagree with those who tag Asawase constituency as a hotspot. I agree there should be misunderstandings among the political parties, especially NDC and MPP. But anytime there is a misunderstanding, the elders in the community, the chiefs and the imams, when we talk to them, they calm down. This time, we are arranging for a peace walk. By the weekend, we fix the date. All the political parties will wear their T-shirts, party T-shirts. Some chiefs and imams will join them in the peace walk.
Both parties have officially launched their campaigns and are actively engaging with voters with a particular focus on nighttime rallies as they push for victory in the upcoming parliamentary elections.
The two major political parties, the NDC and the MPP, have always dominated parliamentary elections in the Asawase constituency. This year's election is seen by many as one that will be very tough. A contest between the incumbent Member of Parliament, Alhaji Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak, and Manaf Ibrahim of the MPP on your election bureau on ChannelOne TV. My name is Hafiz Tijani from the Asawase constituency.
This is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned for comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. You're still watching the ChannelOne Newsroom. Next is CNR Business with Netelinete Ajaho.
CNR Business is brought to you by MTN.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Netelinete Ajaho. The ongoing political standoff in Ghana's parliament with both the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party caucuses claiming to hold a majority threatens to have serious economic repercussions if not swiftly resolved. Many economic analysts have voiced concerns, warning that the deadlock could undermine Ghana's International Monetary Fund program if it continues much longer. The following report by Daniel Sakite has more.
At the center of the parliamentary impasse are several pending loan agreements and tax waivers awaiting approval. These loans are critical for the funding of essential projects such as roads, healthcare facilities, and educational institutions. The deadlock has caused delays in these approvals, which could disrupt both current and future development efforts. Another casualty of the gridlock is the delay in approving tax waivers, which are typically offered to businesses in key sectors like manufacturing, technology, and agriculture to attract investments. In Ghana's post-pandemic economy still battling with inflation, these waivers are essential for boosting foreign direct investment and supporting local businesses. Without timely approval, these sectors could see reduced investment, higher operational costs, and a slowdown in job creation and overall economic growth. In response, the NPP caucus has initiated a recall of parliament to address present government matters. These include tax exemptions under the One District, One Factory program, a $250 million International Development Association facility, and important legislations like the 2023 budget bill. Experts like Professor Lord Mensah have cautioned that the prolonged parliamentary gridlock could affect Ghana's IMF program, adding further uncertainty to the country's economic future.
Parliament functions as a point where our economic policies are approved. And so if we turn up to have this suspension, going for a long time, it's going to delay our economic reforms that we're trying to do. And at the same time, there's a likelihood that it can reduce investor confidence. If you have a tax bill that is sitting in Parliament, the tax bill is to enhance revenue. And so if it delays in getting approval as a result of the parliament suspension, it will affect revenue. And we've already promised IMF that we're going to increase our revenue from, tax to GDP from 14% to, 18% by the end of the program, which the program is ending somewhere, next year. And so from where I sit, if it continues, that way, it will definitely affect, our, revenue generation. And it can, affect us in meeting some of the targets of the IMF program.
Without immediate resolution to the impasse in Parliament, economists warn that Ghana could face reduced foreign direct investment, job losses, and slowed economic growth. More so, they fear that the impasse in Parliament would derail Ghana's IMF program. For CNR Business, my name is Daniel Sakiti.
In a strategic push to build resilient businesses in a challenging economic environment, key players in the business ecosystem are highlighting the critical role of investing in human capital to meet the changing demands. They argue that sustainable business growth goes beyond just innovation, urging the government to prioritize funding for SMEs to drive this growth. More details are provided in the following report by Emmanuel Opomo.
The country's high unemployment rate has worsened due to significant skills gaps, making it difficult for job seekers to meet the demands of the changing job market. Speaking at the MTN Business Executive Breakfast Meeting Series in Accra, Abdallah Ibrahim, Acting Human Resource Officer at MTN Ghana, emphasized the urgent need for collective efforts to tackle the widening skills gaps and its impact on the economy.
Some of the topics we really discussed around how do we bridge the gap, and investment, it's a key driver for that. Also, we need a policy from government in terms of a clear direction of what we have to do to really bridge the gap, and also industry. And what part of the things we said was that we need to share and collaborate a bit more in terms of what we have, and more importantly, give students the opportunity for internship, because sometimes the theoretical things they learn, they need to find ways to practicalize it. And the internship opportunities really is what gives them that opportunity. In MTN, we do a lot of engagement with students. As I mentioned, this year alone, we've accepted about 410 interns.
On his part, Chris Wolf Caesar, Managing Director of Unilever Ghana PLC, while speaking on the panel, urged businesses to prioritize strong monitoring and evaluation practices to enhance their role in national development.
In this world, agility and remaining small is the key. Big is not really a key anymore, but agility is the key, and that's something we need to encourage, that the systems we put in place to get our youth out of tertiary institutions into the workforce gives them that agility.
For these thought leaders within the Ghanaian business landscape, they believe that governments must be intentional about growing SMEs and the overall business climate. For CNR Business, my name is Emmanuel Opong.
And that's all for CNR Business. It was proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Nete Ajahu.
CNR Business was brought to you by MTN.
There's no feeling quite like
complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who is that?
Listen on the Channel One Newsroom. Do visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel